Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so I saw that the video of paying carries to carry you throughout the dungeon got a lot of attention, and a lot of people were quite interested in this. The main message that I want to get across to all of the players on the US server and on the European servers is that there's a level of trust that is needed for this system to work. Since on the Chinese server we have so many small servers, that the community, especially the high-level community, is rather small. So for example, players that are Home Moon 20 and above, there's only a handful of them. There's maybe, 20 to 30 people that are Home Moon 20 and above. And these are the people that can afford to do these carries, that can do really hard dungeons, for example, Skybreak Spire. There's a few of them that can literally solo the entire thing almost, except for certain mechanics that, you might need a friend or two. But still, that's like 3 people carrying the entire party for Skybreak Spire and other more difficult raids or endgame content that you guys just got or will be getting soon, I think. So, since it's such a small community that can carry, they have a reputation to uphold. What I'm assuming that might happen on the US server is people will offer to do a carry. They'll take the gold and then they'll disconnect and just leave. Like, that would be very problematic for the community. There'll be scammers, there'll be spammers, and it'll just ruin the game generally. But the reason it works on the Chinese server is because the people that can carry, that can actually do all these dungeons, is so limited. So when people say, look, I'm going to do a carry, I'm charging so much, such and such gold, there's a level of trust that the low-level players are willing to give the gold to the higher-level player because they know that, okay, this guy's trustworthy. He's not gonna screw us over. And all the people that have scammed people, like, throughout this process, have already been weeded out really quickly. Because, let's say that you're a Home Moon 13 or 15. It's a time investment to get to that level. And if you're willing to sacrifice that time investment, not many people are willing to do that just for like 15 gold or a couple or maybe 100 gold. Because on the Chinese server, we take this very seriously. On the forums, we have an entire blacklist, and then it just says, okay, this player's not good, this player's not good, and then we just blacklist the player from the entire server. So every server, once a player's being blacklisted, they are literally screwed. There's like no way they can find a party unless it's their friends, and their raids aren't gonna accept them, and it's quite severe. So because of this, a lot of players that offer carries, they really care about their reputation, about the level of quote unquote service that they give the player. So, this is why it works on the Chinese server. I do hope that a lot of more US players and European players are able to implement this into the game or offer these like carry services, mainly because it helps out the lower end players, especially when you're first starting out. For example, today's daily is Citadel or Desolate Tomb, and you're only maybe Home in 5 or Home in 6. Not many people are going to be willing to invite you into a party because they know that your DPS is too low, and they know that, even if you do know the mechanics, there's a chance of failure. There's maybe the team just doesn't have enough damage, even though they did all the mechanics right, and they don't want to take that risk. And I understand, because people are playing this game for fun, and they're playing this game on their free time, so it's a time investment. So a lot of players aren't willing to take that risk. So what I'm hoping that could happen is more and more players are willing to take the lower end players in because they're paying gold or they're getting carried or something like that, and it's more healthy for the community. Like the higher end players, they will be more willing to help the lower end players because it's a source of income for them, and they don't feel like they're wasting their time carrying these newer players. For the newer players, they're getting carried even though they are paying a portion of the money that they get from the quest, but they aren't losing money either. So like in my previous video, the pay to win one, you do still make 2 gold, even though you pay the carry 3 gold. So as a new player, you still make money, even though you're giving a large portion of it to the carry. And I think that this is very healthy for the economy and for the players. So yeah, that was just some experience that I have that the Chinese server has done pretty well. And I think that it would work on the US server and on the European server and any other server. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
What can I say except you're welcome for the